So I'm just sitting here, drinking, reading some news articles. Whenever I see something that has to do with Fukuoka, I usually find that to be very interesting because I live in Fukuoka Prefecture. I live in Fukuoka City. And this one is in Kawasaki, which is about an hour away from where I live. So, not close, but it happened at a mini stop. As a convenience store robbery that was foiled in 1 minute through sheer dumb luck, and I'll explain that in a minute. So basically, you had this guy going to a mini stop 7:20 p.m. on a Wednesday with a knife in his hand. He burst into the store. I highly doubt he burst into the store. He probably just walked in there calmly and pointed a knife. I don't know. It's probably just trying to make it more exciting. So he goes in there with a knife and he goes up to a 15-year-old female clerk. So probably, I think that's middle school. I think in Japan, 15 is middle school. Yeah, and at 15 in America, you'd be in high school. You'd be like in your first year of high school, but yeah, that's still middle school. But middle school, high school age, 15. You get the idea. So that's the probably the worst part of the story. Just pure bad luck for him because so another staff member was on the telephone with the manager, and the manager, I guess, called the police. It's funny because like you would think he would escape with the money in that time, but I guess not. I guess all of it took too long of time. Probably because the 15-year-old was terrified because he's waving a knife at her. So a patrol car was actually in the area, and officers arrived on the scene, and I guess they caught the guy pretty much right after, like a minute after he left the mini stop. Yeah, great job, police. You finally got one because you just happened to be there. Because if they would have called the police and there was no police around anyway, then response time is terrible. That was just pure dumb luck that they happened to be there. So, my big thing about it is, what the hell was he thinking? Like, obviously, I don't think he knew who would be working there, because obviously the guy is dumb enough to rob a convenience store with a knife. That's pretty stupid. Just robbing a convenience store at all is pretty stupid, because I mean, how much money are you really expecting to get? You must be very desperate and stupid. So he probably had no idea that there'd be a 15-year-old girl working there. So I'm sure that probably threw him off. But if I were to rob anything and I went into the place, I guess he probably already had the knife out. And once he went inside and people saw him, I guess he just decided, I'm going for it. He must have been a very desperate, also stupid person, but I don't know, like, if it was me, I'd probably stake out the place to see who's working in there first before running in with a knife. Like I said, he's stupid. But if I saw a 15-year-old working behind the register and I'm really a guy that's willing to bring a knife into a store and commit a robbery, I see a 15-year-old girl and I'm gonna just walk back. I'm just gonna leave because I don't know, I can't put that on the 15-year-old because boy, she's probably gonna need some fucking counseling for that. Probably terrified. Can you imagine being a 15-year-old girl having your first part-time job at a convenience store and some crazy ass walks in brandishing a knife? I assume that he's probably older. That's probably not a good assumption to make, but I guess he didn't have parents that he could live with until he was like 60 and then he kills them. I don't know. I just thought that was a weird story. Weird? Is that the right word for it? I have no idea. I'm just scrolling through this stuff here. Ooh, Yamato Murder. victim sustained more than 20 stab wounds. What the fuck? Let's click on this. Oh boy. This is in Kanagawa. Following the arrest of a 21-year-old woman over the fatal stabbing of her boyfriend earlier this month. I had not heard of that. The police have revealed that the victim sustained dozens of wounds. 5 a.m. August 5th, Maya Takahashi allegedly used a knife to repeatedly stab Yogo Kumagai. Yogo. It's a terrible name. Maya Takahashi sounds like a better name. Not relevant. So, he was 22, and he was stabbed in more than 20 locations on his body, including the back, chest, and arms, in their residence in Yamato City. Oh! So this is a misleading title, because I thought it was going to say, like, Yamato the company, like, sort of like a disgruntled worker, which I guess I should have known that was not going to happen, because it's a boyfriend and a girlfriend. I don't know, I've been drinking a little bit, so I'm not thinking too clearly. He was transported to the hospital unconscious, where he was later confirmed. Oh, he died. Well, that sucks. Meanwhile, Takahashi was found with wounds to the abdomen. What? Okay, Takahashi, who had been accused of the murder, admits to the allegations. Anger surged inside of me, and I stabbed him many times with a knife. Jeez. So why does she have wounds to the abdomen? So they shared a residence. They got to know each other online, and then they moved together in June. Oh, wow. So this murder happened in July, and they'd only moved together in June, and they met each other online. That sounds like this guy did not know he was getting in with some crazy bitch. Gotta be careful, man. There's lots of crazy Japanese chicks who stab guys. I'm not fucking kidding you. You think you're gonna come to Japan and start banging a bunch of Japanese chicks? You gotta be fucking careful about that shit. Be very selective and be very wary. Let your internal Western paranoia seep in. Alright, let it guide you like it guides me. Been here 3 years and I still look over my shoulder when I'm walking around. Just never know when some crazy old guy's gonna run up and stab you in the neck. Or some old lady's gonna run you over the car. Well, that's less about paranoia and just common sense. Just pay attention, because there's a lot of fucking vehicular deaths here. A lot of people push you off the train line into the tracks or in front of a bus. It's pretty crazy. There's a lot of mental illness going on here. A lot of unchecked mental illness. Okay, so she said after carrying out the crime, Takahashi telephoned the police. See, a lot of people in comment sections for like Facebook posts will say like, oh, why do these Japanese people always admit to the crimes? And I do the same thing, but I know why they do it. But even so, I personally would never admit to it. I would take my chances and just try to hide it somehow and hope they don't get enough evidence. I don't want to spend any time in prison. But in Japanese society, if you turn yourself in and make it easier on the police, on the lazy ass J-Hero police, make it easier on them. Make it easier on the justice system. I feel like I should explain that, but I don't know. You just have to watch more of my videos. Just subscribe, and I talk about this shit all the time, how I feel about the government and the police. But anyway. Fucking nerds, I swear. I swear, the nerds here are ridiculous. You hear fucking drunk people, some nerdy ass otakus outside at night drunk. They're like, singing some anime songs, and I just... Stop it. Fucking shut up. Seriously, this is why the birth rate is so low. That and because the economy sucks ass. But Japanese guys are not helping the case. I mean, then again, neither are Japanese women. Everybody has their own part to play. They have their own share of the guilt. What was I talking about again? Anyways, Yeah, you gotta watch out for these crazy bitches, though. Ah, it says here, my boyfriend stabbed me and then he stabbed himself. That's not true. However, inconsistencies emerged during the further questioning. Of course it did, because she lied. Police arrested her after she received treatment at the hospital. Police are now investigating what trouble existed in the relationship of the couple. I'll tell you what the trouble was. They met on the internet and quickly moved in together, and she's a crazy bitch, and she stabbed him. And then she stabbed herself to make it look like self-defense. No, wait. No. She didn't stab him at all. Her defense was, he stabbed me and then stabbed himself. Right. I'm not saying that's not humanly possible. That someone, because I mean, this is Japan we're talking about here. I don't think so. I just don't think so. I just don't think so. So, any more articles here that I'm seeing that might pique my interest? I mean, there's a lot of scandalous stuff here. This is all stuff from Tokyo Reporter. I mean, Tokyo Reporter is like the shits. I don't even know why I'm reading this shit. I don't know. I guess I'm pretty bad for just reading it, but they are pretty shitty. I'm pretty sure the people who write Tokyo Reporter just like, I don't know, man. I don't know what their game is. Like, who comes to Japan and just says, you know what? I'm going to build a business reporting on all the horrible things about Japan. It's like, well, shit, you could have just stayed in your country and did that. It's like, it sounds like someone, this is just my personal opinion, but it sounds like someone who lived here for a long time, very bitter about their experience, and they decide to use their, I guess, knowledge of Japan, being here a long time. And I guess they figured it'd be a pretty cushy lifestyle, you know? If they got pretty good Japanese ability and they've been here long enough, they have connections, they know what's going on. Yeah. Just seems weird that they would choose to exclusively focus on only bad things. Tokyo Reporter, yeah, it's exclusively negative, which, I mean, it's cool if you want to talk about negative stuff sometimes, but Tokyo Reporter is basically just a gaijin circle jerk. Like, the comments section is just a bunch of bitter, angry, lonely gaijins all fucking wanking and whining about Japan. They post the same comments on every article, every post, same cliche anti-Japan comments. It's okay to criticize Japan. I do it. It's okay to have complaints. I have plenty of them. But some of these people, they show up on every single post, every single day, and they say the same things over and over again. They're always bitching. I got this one guy, I called out on it, and he's like just running his mouth a lot. I live in Tokyo, you know, and stuff like, Fukuoka. You know, he's one of those types of foreigners where they're like, I live in Tokyo, I'm so much better than you, and then they make fun of you for living in Fukuoka. And they, you know, insult your intelligence, and this is like another video. I feel like I should talk about this. I will, in case people don't see this one. It's pretty far into the video. I'll talk about this in another video. And there's currently this guy, runs his mouth a lot, and, you know, calls out my intelligence and my personality and all this other stuff, and I'm like, alright, well, I don't know why you're talking so much shit on Facebook. It's like, what's the point? You would never say any of this stuff in person to me. Like, you wouldn't say it to my face, so why say it on here? It just makes you look like a child, because don't say what you wouldn't say to my face. Like, just makes you look stupid. And of course he took that as a threat of violence. Like, oh, he's gonna beat my ass because I said things. I said no. I said, if you were to be in person with me, you would not talk all this shit. In fact, you'd probably profusely apologize, be like, oh, I was just trolling, man. I was just joking around. Don't take it so seriously. And you would say that stuff because you're fucking terrified, because you didn't actually think that you would meet this person that you're running your mouth to. I mean, it's not that big of a country. It's not that hard to find people. So, took it as a threat of violence, and I said, okay, well, if that's how you want to take it, yes, I would beat the shit out of you if we were to ever meet and you ran your mouth. I'm willing to have a conversation and work it out, but I'm saying, yeah, of course I would beat you up if you said these things to my face, but that wasn't my original intent. My original intent was, why say these things if you're not going to say it to my face? I know you wouldn't. You would not be brave enough. And of course, he took it as a threat of violence. I was like, okay, well, if that's how you take it, yes, it's true. If you did talk shit to my face, I would punch you in the mouth. You know, with the stuff that you're saying to me on the web, I would punch you in the mouth if you said that to me directly in person. And of course, he kept running his mouth more and saying like, oh, I would say this stuff to you. I was like, all right, well, fine. If you think so, come on down to Fukuoka, and here's where I live. Come do it. And of course, you know, they say the same thing that every uppity gaijin says. I'm not coming down to lowly. I'm exaggerating here. They don't. I mean, it's text on the internet, but I just imagine them sounding like a snobby twat. I'm trying to find the word. I just imagine them being like this, like, oh, Fukuoka. I'm not coming down to Fukuoka. What even is that? I don't even know where that is in Japan. Like, never even heard of it. Like, is that in the countryside or something? No, it's not. It's a pretty big city, by the way. A lot of people think Fukuoka's like the boonies. It's not. It's a pretty big city. I'm not saying it's Tokyo or Osaka or whatever, but it's pretty big. It's pretty big. There's lots to do here. So, yeah, it's really annoying. So, he turned it around like all of them do when you say, alright, well, fine, come talk shit to me. Come talk shit to me. And, of course, they turn around and says, well, why don't you come to Tokyo? And, of course, you know, I'm not going to come to Tokyo to find somebody and fight them. Like, you're the one running your mouth. So, I'm saying, like, hey, if you want to come run your mouth to me, come do it. They're like, oh, well, they're trying to turn it around. Obviously, they don't want to. They're not going to come to you, so they try to turn it around and make you look like the coward for not coming to them. Why don't you come to Tokyo? Well, I'm not going to do that. Oh, so you must be a coward then. It's like, well, I'm the one that invited you first. And you rejected it, and you turned it down, made up some excuse like, oh, I'm not wasting my time coming to shitty Fukuoka. Like, okay, buddy. To be honest, I just don't have the cash to go to Tokyo on a whim to go fight some retard gaijin who's probably an ugly, scrawny piece of shit. I mean, seriously, he doesn't have any pictures of himself. He's just got a bunch of pictures of like Japanese stuff. Like not the anime stuff, not the weeb stuff, like a bunch of stuff that's like making fun of Japan, which is ironic. Like, why do you live in Japan if all your Facebook pictures are things that make fun of Japanese stereotypes? Why do I say that? I say that a lot. I say Japanese. I don't know. Something's wrong with me. For a while now, I've been saying Japanese. I think it's because a lot of times I can't decide between saying Japan or Japanese. Like, I'm going to say Japan, but then I end up switching, like, as I'm saying it, saying Japanese. So I'll be like, Japanese. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh, man. Yeah. It's funny because this person writes a lot of big book report, like, comments. I write little comments, and he writes, like, tons of big comments and multiple comments. And he's, like, making fun of me, like, saying that I'm pathetic and, like, I'm a pathetic loser gaijin. I was like, dude, you're the one making, like, giant posts, you know, directed at me. And on Facebook, you can see the parts where it's edited. You know, like, you can see that they edit their comment. If you click on it, you can see all the different edits and what time they edited. And, like, the latest comment, he, like, edited it 16 times, different times, over a 4 to 5 hour period. And then he likes my comments just so I get notifications, because after a certain amount of time, Facebook stops giving you notifications for replies in a comment thread. I don't know why they do that. I think it's because that's how they crack down on, like, people constantly arguing with each other. Like, you'll eventually stop getting the notifications for replies, and the more notifications you get, the more it gets pushed down, then it's gone forever. And then you have to go and find it, which is difficult because Japan today, and you know, pages like that, they like to spam the same post over and over and over again every day. So you eventually you don't want to keep scrolling forever and look for that. So he'll like, and I think he knows that, so he'll like my comments even though I'm insulting him, just so I will get a notification and it'll stay refreshed at the top of the list. And it's like, dude, you really want my attention that much? That's kind of sad. Dude is on my dick. Anyway, I guess I have no more articles to talk about. I did my little rant that had nothing to do with it. I don't even remember how I segued to that because I'm a little bit drunk. Okay, so yeah, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Well, hopefully you were drinking. For future reference, if you watch my videos, just drink. That's how I make my videos, so I suggest that's how you should watch my videos. Get drinky. Man, I need some more ice. It melts so fast. It's so hot in August. Anyway, yeah, and I have to turn off, like, you know, the air conditioning because I gotta make a video and I don't want noise. So, ooh, that whiskey is burning my tummy now. Oh, yeah, it feels good. Anyway, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Maybe share this video if you hate your Facebook friends or your Twitter followers. You probably lose some friends or followers. So just, you know, subscribe, notification, like button. Leave a comment below telling me what you think about Japan Today, Japan Times, and Tokyo Reporter. And if you're one of those people on the Japan Today or Tokyo Reporter comment section that's always bitching and complaining, go outside. Go outside. I'm gonna go outside. I mean, it's like midnight almost, but I'm gonna go outside. Maybe walk my dog. I have a cute dog. I have a cute Shiba. Check it out on Instagram. Johnny in Japan. I also have some videos on here, like playlists of my dog. Check it out. I'm gonna drunkenly walk my dog. Let's go, dog. Alright. Good night.